from the south of Africa. Welcome on stage, brother, uncle, great man. I salute you, sir,
I
and we all
salute you
salute
too.
you.
I salute you too, my brother. Thank you for having me. Could you all see me and hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, my name is Sia Twani from Cape Town. Was born and raised in Cape Town, and I will share three things, and when I'm done, I will finish off with a gift that one of my foster care parents gave it to me because I train social workers and young people are in care, as well as doing motivational speaking in schools and prisons, etc. But my passion is young people. The best thing we can give to our children, to our young people, to our young boys is wings. It was, Paulo said that the best gift we can give to our children is give them wings to fly. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Is give them wings, is give them wings of confidence and self-esteem and positive mindset, is to give them wings of knowing who they are, like Brother Troy was saying, is giving them wings to know that they are cared for, like David was saying. It's giving them wings of confidence to know their psychological makeup, to know what shame does, as Kaylee so powerfully presented, is to give them wings to know that they don't have to shoot other people. Like my brother Eunice said, that his son was brutally murdered. Is to give those young people wings. They don't have to join gangs to have a positive identity. Is to give them confidence. Is to give them wings to know that they belong to this forum. They belong to Real Dads. They belong to UNICEF Youths. They belong to BMAN. They belong to all of us as elders of the African village. So let's give them wings. I want to talk about my experience of shame. There's a group, it was called Boys to Men. In my culture, you are not born, I'm Xhosa speaking, in my culture, like Dr. Katanga said about circumcision, you're not born a man, you are made a man. You are shamed if you've not been circumcised. I had a dilemma when I was about the age of going to be circumcised because I wanted to be accepted. I didn't want to be bullied or isolated. And as a hypersensitive boy, and as an empath who's emotionally attuned to who I am, I did not want to be to experience social isolation because I was not circumcised. As you know, as well as you know, that most of us, the Japanese, the Korean, the African cultures, we are big on naming and shaming. I mean, it's a universal phenomenon, the naming and shaming, but most so in some parts of Africa, naming and shaming becomes the norm. Boys get to know that if they don't behave very well, they'll be crucified. I think what Dr. Katango said that. So naming and shaming on one side, and then saving face, the face of your family, saving the face of your ancestors, the face of your parents in the community. They are standing in the community. So I had these two things of shame as a collective expression of who I am, and then saving face. I was told if I behave badly, because my father was a bishop, so I had to behave in everything in a society. I had to be so well behaved. And that messed my head up because I asked myself a question, who am I? Where do I belong? I have shame from my peers, shame from my teachers, shame from the police, shame from my parents, shame from the communities, shame. Who am I? And I chose to defy shame. I chose to defy the bullying tactics from my friends because I began to understand that, as American says, God does not make junk, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and that I'm a person of great destiny. And so it was my psychological, my mindset, my self-belief, my determination that enabled me to shake off the shame. But also it was my own journey towards my inner healing. I began to delve into, John Bradshaw wrote a powerful book, Healing the Shame That Binds You. And I want to recommend it to you, Ola, Healing the Shame That Binds You. But the other powerful book that I've come across is about raising sensitive boys, hypersensitive boys, by Elaine Aron, a very powerful book that I've used as a therapist, I've used in prisons, I've used as a social worker, working in the social sector, and I've used it in education when I do my workshops. I've got a 12-week program. It's called the Mirror Mirror, Who's on the Mirror? It's enable young people to be able to look in the mirror and look without shame and say, this is me. This is I am a child of God. I'm destined for greater things. We need to be appreciative that boys do not need the approval of gangs. They don't need the approval of their peers. Again, as Dave says, that in this African community, if us, it is our responsibility to contain these young people, to give them a space, to give them a place of belonging, for them to experience the joy of belonging and knowing that they are loved, valued, appreciated. I want to come back to something that we said about the books later on, because I work in education. If there's anything that I can do, like it was J.F. Kennedy, I think he said so powerfully, do not ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I want to be able to do something for you, my brother, and those boys. I saw the pictures that Eunice shared with me, with all of us, and I thought, I am in a privileged position. I work in schools, I work in social services. There are resources in the United Kingdom that children and young people just throw away. Yeah. And so I want to be able to do something for my country, because they always say, can anything good come from Africa? Yes, something good has come out of Africa. Eunice has come from Africa. I come from Africa. The BMAN and Brother Troy and others, they come from the African diaspora. Together, we are making a difference. I want to finish off with this. Shame, guilt, anger, fear are the most paralyzing emotions for young boys. Did you hear that? Shame, guilt, fear, and anger are the most crippling, powerful emotions that destroy a life of a child or a boy or a girl. And we need to move our children away from that and create a sense of belonging. I want to read something to you that Foster Carer gave it to me as I was finishing one of my training. You'll find this on YouTube. You'll find it on Facebook. It says, if this is not the place where my tears are understood, where do I go to cry? If this is not a place where my spirit can take wing, where do I go to fly? If this is not the place where my questions can be asked and understood, where do I go to seek? If this is not the place where my emotions, my feelings can be heard and understood, where do I go to speak? If this is not the place where I am accepted for who I am, where can I go to be me? If this is not a place where I can try to learn and grow, where can I be just me? There's this notion that boys don't cry, and that is absolutely nonsense. I work with young men who commit suicide because they are not emotionally contained. They are not able to cry. They're not given wings to fly. They're not given opportunities to speak about how they feel, and therefore they hang themselves. If this is not the place where I can try and learn and grow, where can I just be me? On that note, brothers and sisters, for the opportunity to share, yeah, I bless you.